Urban Crag Climbing Center is a rock gym located in Dayton, Ohio, with 8,000 feet of textured and sculpted vertical terrain ranging from 28 to 56 feet. For more info, go to urbancrag.com or call 937-224-CRAG.
Don, I was just telling you, there was this gentleman named David McDonald. It's on WDTN News. You can go on the internet and see it all. He's proposed tearing down up to 6 buildings downtown in order to decrease the vacancy rate among offices. Thereby, he says, when people from out of town look at Dayton, and they'll see a much lower vacancy rate. What do you think about that?
If they're looking to come here to put a business, start a business, they're looking for somewhere to put their business in. If there are no buildings, they can't put the business in the building. That makes no sense.
You got to build from scratch.
Yeah, that costs more money. That doesn't make any sense. Tell that guy, whoever he is, he's dumb. He's dumb. He's got to be the dumbest ass in captivity. That makes no sense. You're going to tear down a perfectly good building just because it's empty, and then ask somebody to come here and start a business where they have to build a building.
He claims that there's a lot of people going through and...
he's giving a lot of vague, they, them. Give me some numbers, give me some names.
He didn't come out with anything specific, but he's
not coming with any specifics because he's trying to blow smoke up the public's ass, or whoever is in charge down in City Hall, so they can get it what he wants. I bet you he's got a line on. He probably wants those buildings, but don't want to buy them because there's a building on them. The lot is cheaper than a lot with a building on it. So that's all he's trying to do. He's a developer. He's trying to line his own pocket at the public's expense.
He claims only sophisticated developers can take this.
Dayton. All right, we talking about L.A., New York. This is Dayton. Dayton. Okay? Come on, man. You need to put him on ESPN, that part. Come on, man.
Yeah, his idea also, too, I think some of the things were some of the kind of like postmodern looking... more than lofty, square loft type things.
And no jobs. First of all, who's going to pay $139 for a damn townhouse downtown when you can't even find a minimum wage job? That makes no sense. Then you got a bunch of brand new buildings that you done built that are empty. What, you want to tear them down too? Doesn't make no sense. What's up with it? What's up with it?
Thank you for your time. It's an idea to tear down 6 large office buildings downtown that have like high vacancies. I'm not sure the exact ones. I know one was a city center building, but just about the idea of taking down the vacancy rate via, demolition versus getting people into the buildings themselves.
Demolition due to the fact that the building would take more money to fix versus to create ways and ideas for people to come in and reuse them for something else, to recreate a idea and excitement for people to come back in. Yeah, but if it's just, I don't know. I mean, it would be a great idea, yes, to get rid of some of the spaces. You're right, because it will bring more people down here, hopefully, because there won't be as many vacant areas and everything. So I mean, I don't know.
Have to see which buildings he's proposing.
You'd have to know which buildings and everything else and what part of the area, because obviously, like, less vacancy is a good thing.
But if it's done kind of like artificially, it sounds like they're artificially lowering the vacancy so it can appear on paper. I'm not sure if is that a good idea? I mean, it may be. I mean, there may be some credence to like that mall developer or that business developer somewhere who just looks at numbers. That was the kind of high idea that attract people who only look at numbers, who don't know anything about Dayton.
Right. It is a good idea, I guess. I mean, but there again, if somebody comes in with being misled like that, it might end up backfiring, though. I mean, because if they put all the money into something and they're the only ones doing it, there's got to be some kind of a plan where there's more business owners, more people that are doing it all at the same time, not just But I mean, it's got to start somewhere.
Who am I with out here?
Sweet Jones.
Okay. And I was just telling you a second ago, there's a gentleman in the city of Dayton, right? His proposal is to tear down about 6 of the large office buildings down here, and that not for building anything new on them, but that them coming down and being off the market will reduce the commercial vacancy rate down here. And people will say, look, Dayton has a 15% commercial vacancy rate, when last year it had 35. You have any ideas about that?
Yeah, if it brings more business into the city where people from Dayton are able to make money, even if they're from out of state or out of town, as long as the hometown makes money, I don't see why it should be a problem.
Yeah. What would you like to see? What do you think would bring downtown back?
Actually, if we clean it up and there's a lot of bars and a lot of things that goes on around here I'm not to be the one to judge, but a lot of things that happens that's not all that up to par as far as good in the society as alcoholics walking up and down the street and people that get high or prostitution or anything like that is going on downtown. They cleaned up downtown a lot, and I think it'd be cleaned up a little bit more if they get things together and maybe somebody from out of town that invests their money for our city, for Dayton itself. Of course, they're going to make money, but as long as Dayton is making money, Ohio, I don't see why it should be a problem.
Okay. Thank you much for your time.
All right. They already have set in mind what they want to charge, and it's not going to make no difference.
Yeah, do you think it's like maybe trying to? I mean, it seems like they're trying to artificially inflate something. They're kind of skipping some of maybe the main problems, like a lack of jobs and opportunity. And
I don't. Tearing them down, might create some temporary jobs, but that's about it. But I think it's gonna keep. I don't think they're lower their rate on the office space.
Yeah. What would you like to see downtown? Do you think? What would you think would turn downtown around?
I think a little bit more retail like it used to be.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you'd like to say?
That'd be it.
We got you on camera. Thank you.
How do you get the people to come down and not be afraid of different things?
Well, that's something. Is there a reason to be afraid down here? I've never had anyone come up to me and say, "Give me your money," or I've been coming downtown for years and years and years and years.
It's going to happen whether you're in no matter what city you're in. It will happen. And yes, I have seen it. I've seen a little old man get mugged on the street, but that was a while ago. And that's a rare thing, but I mean, it could happen. It could happen in Beverly Hills. It could happen, in Oakwood and Kettering and Centerville. It could happen anywhere. But people get that image, where they get frightened and whatever in downtown areas sometimes. But no, I feel perfectly fine. I work down here many a times all by myself in some of the buildings that I own.
Yeah,
so.
I've been in major cities, and Dayton is really
Right.
not even close to the scale of scariness.
I'm not frightened at all down here. I'm really not. I mean, I've been down here tons of times by myself in different buildings, and I feel completely fine.
What would you like to see downtown?
Oh, I'd love to see something like Newport on the Levee brought in down here.
Okay.
And supposedly that's what was supposed to happen to this road. Is further down there was supposed to be something like Newport on the Levee, and this strip, 3rd Street right here is supposed to be. But it's a matter of getting other business owners that are all on the same page and starting to do things like that. So who knows? I mean, I would love to see people start coming downtown and doing things downtown. I even heard that there was supposed to be a hockey rink coming up. So things like that would attract people and bring people down. I mean, we need to create things more down here to bring people down here so people want to come downtown.